What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. So today was actually pretty eventful, and before I get into the video, I want to point out that Webull charts suck, okay? Like, in my opinion, and I'm also going to say, like, this kind of fact, TradingView, their indicators give you better entries, all right? Straight up, all right? These are more reliable, and might I add right now, I might actually go long. I might actually go long right now. Who we got right there, guys? Do we do it? Do we do it? Do we diddly dudley doodle it? Yeah, I kind of do. I kind of do want to go long right now. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, by the way, all right. News flash. Okay, Henry's news flash. I funded an account today, or I funded it the other day. But I was able to use it today. But I didn't take any trades. I didn't take any. But I will be doing so because I see how just accurate my analysis is. Like, it really is spot on, okay? And I'm going to be honest, while I'm just sitting, I already watch the markets 24/7. I see the shots get played out. Like, they are very obvious moves. Like, look at this, all right? You went up there. I guarantee there's a divergence. Oh, look at that. What do we have here? Okay, a lower high as you're making a higher high. Oh, look at that, all right? I bet we could find one here, all right? You're going right there. Look at that. All right, like, these are so... They're so easy as long as you know to look for the right stuff like this. So this is what I called out on the Webull, and this is why I will not be using Webull for charts anymore. I will only be using TradingView because I have no desire to get sloppy entries. All right, Webull gave you your entry right here. All right, and well, I mean, I would have pulled the trigger right there. That was right when I saw the bullish divergence finishing on Webull, and yeah, the contracts would have given you from like when I was planning on entering, just about a 10 to 15% gain. That's a nice scalp, actually. Like, I am actually going to pursue this whole scalp thing. All right, I can easily call a bounce. All right, like, I didn't need this to skyrocket, but either way, this move right here, if you got in down here, the contracts that I was looking at were around 75 bucks, and they ran all the way to like 145 by up here. And this was literally just, this was the entry that I would have taken right here, because the candle next to it, the candle to the left right here, that's where the divergence finished playing up. As you can see, we can technically move it right there. But you would have bought after that because that's when you would have seen the divergence. My point here is that this is just so easy, guys. Like, TA is really easy, and I already got my first clown in the comment trying to say that this just isn't valid. Or he wasn't saying it's not valid, but he said this is the most unprofessional post I've ever seen, or unprofessional TA I've ever seen. And I'm like, all right, get the fuck out of here then. I don't know what to tell you. Like, my TA works. Like I'm pointing out right here, this may look stupid to anybody watching, all right? But I'm telling you right now, this is exactly how he would have gotten 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades, all right? And let's just point out, okay? Let's say you did buy here. Yeah, you were a little red right there, okay? But, like, these are the setups that if you did take all of these, you actually would have made 4 very solid trades. Very solid. That's a $4 fucking move down you would have caught. You would have gotten in, let's say you bought on the top of this candle, on the wick, okay? You got right there for a $1.50 move, okay? All right, and I mean, technically, you would have gotten an entry all the way up here, but no. Actually, do we have another entry? No, we don't have another entry for this one right here, but that's fine. Look at this move we just played. Okay, we didn't play it, but theoretically speaking, or hypothetically speaking, I don't even know if that's the right word for that. I don't know. But that, yeah, then you would have bought in that the candle after this one. All right, so it would have been this bad boy right here. All right, and then you would have caught in the move before you caught your next, well, I mean, bullish divergence. You technically did have a, no, you didn't have a bullish divergence all the way till down here. So if you really did not cut there, or, I mean, say you just sold on the bounce of this candle right here where my thing is, that's a $1.75 move, all right? And I'm just saying, this does look like it is going to start popping back up. I told you guys that it's likely that we consolidate going into FOMC. I've said this on the YouTube. I've said this in pretty much all of my Webull posts at this point. There's only like 3 or 4 daily updates there. And I do hope everyone is over there, because I'm going to be honest, guys. I really am calling the shots. Like, it pretty much exactly calling the shots over here. And I'm going to be straight up. I just continue to blow my mind, and I'm not jerking myself off here. I am pretty much pointing out, or I'm basically just pointing out that, hey, proof of concept is going on to the max, and it continues to go on. It's been going on for months, and it just continues. And that's why I believe I mentioned the scalp account in the beginning of the video there. I'm going to be taking these trades. I'm going to see what happens, okay? And I'm going to see if this money just grows way faster than my normal accounts, because I'm able to take these kinds of setups every single day. Now, I'm going to be honest. I've taken the day traders route, and I only resulted in losses. But I'm going to be honest. I also didn't know how to trade, all right, at that time. And I do believe I needed to take a step out, take a step back, learn from someone, and then boom, I can apply the big picture to the smaller picture. All right. But now, with that being said, let's get into the dang video. Okay, let's get into the TA. All right, so boom bop bing boom pow. You have a bear flag going on SPY. I called this out on the Webull. This is why I'm saying, hey, go over to Webull. All right, I literally called this out before we started breaking down out of that flag. It was actually pretty early. We were all the way up here. All right, we were all the way up here, 394 to 395 when I called it out. And then come over here to VIX. I called this out. So this is what I included in the post, which was, hey, bullish divergence on VIX on the hourly, while you have SPY looking like this with this bear flag. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have another one of these. All right, it really does. All right, but I'm not loading any more puts. Okay, I told you guys. Well, I will be at the end of the day if we do have this confirmation close. But yesterday we had a stick nasty like hour-long push that just, or maybe half an hour-long push that just absolutely skyrocketed the markets. And look, as you see, we closed above it. So I don't know what's going to happen, but just know if we do close under there, I'm going to be taking puts. Okay, I'm going to be taking the other half of my position. All right, and then from there, yeah, that's about it. From there, I mean, so that's going to be my big position. I will be taking smaller positions as I see these setups, just like this. All right, as I see setups that I believe have congruence with other factors, like look at VIX bullish divergence, SPY bear flag, as well as you had a negative bearish divergence, but it was in the pre-market. I don't take pre-market too seriously. But either way, guys, I mean, things are pretty rough. Anybody who thinks that the other day was an overreaction, I think you are not looking at, I'm not going to call you dumb, all right? But I'm going to say you're not looking at the factors at play, okay? The Fed can't do anything. They physically can't do anything other than raise rates, okay? They have to get this inflation problem under control. And I made a post about this this morning, right before market open, or right at market open, telling everyone, like, hey, this is the reality of the situation. The Fed has a superpower. All right, the U.S. has a superpower. They get to print as much money as they want. Everyone relies on them because they are the world's reserve currency. All right, and they pretty much could do anything you want. So if you could do anything you want, and you had a superpower to print as much money as possible, to buy anything you want, okay, why would you give that up? Why would you even risk that? Okay, like, who cares if we go into depression for 10 years? Imagine if they can't do what they've been doing for like 20 or 30 years after that 10-year depression. They will not be able to be the superpower that the U.S. is currently, all right? And, oh, that's pretty cool. They have superpowers, and they are a superpower. But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, guys, why would they risk that? Jerome has literally told us that markets were at elevated levels right around where we are at right now, all right? But it was way back when. All right, and I'm just saying, guys, like, it really doesn't make sense for us not to start dying, okay? And I read something that was JP Morgan said that someone from JP Morgan said that a 100 BP or a 4.5% federal funds rate equals a 20% sell-off on U.S. equities. All right, I don't know if that was the exact bank that did that. I just saw the post somewhere. But yeah, dude, he's making a valid point. Whoever made that post is making a very valid point. Like, as they raise rates, okay, we are in a debt-based system physically, okay? Money will be sucked out of the equation because people can't pay the interest on the money that is currently in the system. So what happens? They have to take the money out of the system that's in there. And as they're doing this is going to margin call people, because think about it, you're causing all this bearish pressure, and then everyone's going to be running for the door, and that's when you have candles like this. Okay, that's when you have candles like this. And I think this is only the beginning, all right? I don't know how bad this is going to get. I told you guys that this is exactly the reason why I don't want to be going long in the month of September and October. And if I am going long, it's going to be with 1/5 of my sizing, okay? And that is strictly because of what we got rocking with right now. Like, there's no reason to be going long. Let's see, is this playing out? Is it playing out? I don't know if it's going to be playing out. We will see. It's kind of going down there. So, I mean, maybe it's not even a divergence. I don't know. But either way, it would be pretty cool to see if we get one more spot on trade going here. And keep in mind, I didn't take any of these trades. I was just testing out my ability, just pretty much keeping an eye on the charts. And I was doing a hypothetical performance kind of thing. So I would have my Webull, and Webull you can put up like different contracts. So like up here, I put up put contracts that I wanted to play. All right. And then down here, I put up the call contracts that I wanted to play. And I took a screenshot, and then I took a screenshot when I would have exited. And this one would have went up so fucking much, guys. This would have went up like 50 to 100% gain guaranteed if I played this, which is literally the one I posted about. And then over here would have just absolutely, yeah, that would have went up hundreds of percents. But these are things that like I am eager to play, because I mean, I watch the markets anyway, and I just kind of sit back and watch patiently at this point. And I mean, I see no problem with having a small amount in the game, and you know, yeah, rocking with it. Seeing like, I really just want to see, hey, like, will I be able to surpass the other accounts with the account that was started? Well, I mean, actually, they were started with all like very little money. Okay, the growth is what has grown my accounts, which is pretty cool. Like everyone knows that's with me. I'm a pizza delivery guy. All right, I work at a fucking restaurant. I don't have access to a lot of money coming in. So when you like you know, gains are gains. All right, like they don't come from like, I don't have a good job. I don't have anything else that brings in money. Okay, like this is literally my plan. I have been building up this skill set because this is how I see myself being able to live the life I choose in desire within 1 to 2 years. This is the only way. No other way. There is no other fucking way that I would have been able to do that. I could have played the real estate game. All right. We all saw how that went, and actually that would have been really good because I wanted to go into real estate, and I was actually saving up. I think I had $5,000 for down. It was either $5,000 or $10,000 for a down payment, and I made my first investment on Carnival Cruise Lines. And yeah, if I just took that money and put it into a down payment on the house, like any house, yeah, I would have actually seen a lot of gains as long as I sold to the crowd when they all started FOMOing into the housing market and yada yada yada. But in reality, like there really is nothing like the stock market. Okay, if you develop a skill set to trade the stock market and it proves its concept, like this is 4 proofs of concept, guys. I'm proving myself day out, day in, day out. Like I don't care. All right, like this is why like there's someone who told me this is the most unprofessional post ever on Webull yesterday. I didn't care. I told them to like just go move on then. Like the only thing making this post unprofessional is because I was drawing these with my fingers. I was just drawing these with my fingers. I'll actually show you exactly what it was. I was drawing, what was it? I was drawing, I think I was drawing that. Or it was like that. I don't even know what I was drawing. I really don't know. But either way, I was using the brush tool with my finger on TradingView instead of, or I mean, maybe it was Webull. I don't know. Instead of using trend lines. And like in my head, all like I mean, I don't even want to give these clowns the time of day. I told them to move on. But yeah, I told him to trade against me and see what happens. And I mean, he's not going to be winning, dude. Like he's not going to be winning. All right. I am consistently calling the shots. All right. Enough jerking myself off. All right. Let's, I mean, we pretty much covered everything. There's not really much to go over. I mean, it's the same exact setup as we saw yesterday. I kept you guys updated. All right. That's why when these clowns come on, just realize they haven't been there for the successes. Okay. And the successes are pretty much each and every week. I get a good amount of fucking successes, and oh geez, man. I'm just hyped, guys. I'm hyped. All right. So we have this thing breaking down from a bear flag. All right, we have this thing breaking down from bear flag. At the same time, we did have a bullish divergence on the VIX, and we come over to the daily time frame. Let's see where our oscillators are on these guys. Okay, so we come over to SPY, and we are all the way down here. All right, now I'm just gonna say, all right, I am not going to be surprised if we do decide to just consolidate. That's what I was telling you guys. Like I don't like we're already down here, but keep in mind last time we were here, and then we had like, I don't even know if this was a bearish catalyst. We just had a bad day here. Yeah, we went from 419 in the same day all the way down to 405. That's a $15 move while you were still right here, okay, in the oversold territory. And once you got in there, let's just measure it up how far you fell. Okay, that's another $16 from going from this, like right when you enter the oversold territory, all the way down to the bottom. All right, now we're not even like in that shit yet. All right, so we have we have two trading sessions until FOMC. I would not be surprised if they either start sending this thing up or they decide to, you know, trade it flat and suck up premiums. Like I mentioned, I think it was 2 days ago, or it was either yesterday's update or the day before that. I said, if dealers are going to do what they do best, then they're going to suck the hell out of the premiums. All right. And they're going to trade it sideways. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much exactly what I said while paraphrasing. But yeah, all right, even though we are getting this breakout, okay, which I told you guys, as long as we have a daily close under here, I am going to buy the second half of that put position, all right? But don't think I won't be also taking more positions, smaller positions, if we see that consolidation / bounce going into FOMC, okay? Like this is a golden opportunity. But what I also want to remind everyone is that the potential for a massive short squeeze is actually like extremely high, all right? Everyone was, I told you guys way back here that you would have, when we were up here, I told you guys that by the time we already had the move, you're going to have everyone saying we're going to fall off a cliff and we're going to have an 08 or .com style crash. All right. I told you guys that. Okay. Starting here, I told you, well, I was telling you guys here, but starting here, I told you guys that the bearish pressure is letting up because we finally stopped gapping down. All right. That was a sign there. And we are finally stopped getting a gap down here. But what I do want to point out is that we are, it really looks like you are going to keep pushing down, and it probably looks like you're going to get something like this. I don't know. Okay. I have no idea what's going to happen going into FOMC. I am in my put position because like, I don't care either way. Like I do believe we're going to be going down, and either way, if we get this close under here, targets are confirmed. I get to hodl. I just literally get to hodl, and there we go. Okay. I will most likely hit my targets very quick. All right. But either way, if they do have the 100 BP hike, guys, expect this thing to fall off an absolute cliff, like straight up. Okay. I am telling you right now, is not going to be good. Okay. And like, I mean, maybe the market before FOMC is going to try and price in a 100 BP hike as like a 90% probability. And that's going to give us another leg down. And maybe we come down here to our first target. And then maybe on FOMC, they only do the 75 BP hike. And then like maybe the market tries unpricing. Well, it has to unprice that in. And then we get a little rally. But keep in mind, things are still bad, okay? And I do expect if they don't do the 100 BP hike, we're going to sell off anyway. Just because, like, you know, okay, the market is like, Fed, you're not doing your fucking job. Do your job. We're telling you, we've been telling you, all right? You don't do the job, we're going to take the market down anyway. We are going to price in that you are not doing your job, all right? And that's really how I see it going, okay? If you don't see the Fed doing what they got to do, and even if the Fed does what they got to do, this thing kind of looks destined to fall off a cliff, all right? You have like 3 times the amount of shorts as longs, which is like terrible. That's never happened in history, okay? That's way worse than the 08, what happened in 08, okay? Like, this is dangerous territory, okay? This is very dangerous territory, and I'm serious. The potential for a short squeeze is crazy. But at the same time, I think the market's doing what it's doing, which in turn is pushing the market down, okay? Everyone taking these bearish hedges and these short trades, it's pushing the market down. The options market fuels this market, all right? So if everyone's going short over there, that's why this is happening, all right? But straight up, okay, like, the reason everybody is doing this is because they have clearly identified exactly what I just said. Holy crap, the Fed has to do something big. They have to do it, or the market is still going to sell off if they don't do it, because the Fed is not doing their job, and there is a massive inflation problem going on. And we all know that, like, eventually, even if it doesn't happen this time, eventually the Fed has to, like, Volcker this shit, okay? Jerome Volcker needs to come out, and he needs to crash the market. That is physically what needs to happen in order for the wealth effect to completely go away, okay? Like, what's going on with these, like, we had jobs numbers come out this morning, all right? They came out hot. They were better than expected, okay? You had the jobless claims come in better than expected. They had less, all right? And normally in a normal market condition, under not like having the biggest inflation problem we've ever had in the US, yeah, under normal circumstances and not this circumstance, the markets would guaranteed be rising off that information. Okay, the Fed is doing a good job. They're doing one of their 2 jobs. One of their jobs is to do exactly that, okay, get the jobless claims down. And then the other one is inflation. They have to keep inflation at 2%. They have 2 jobs, They are failing one job miserably, okay? And that's what the market is acknowledging, okay? So even though the short squeeze potential is heavily there right now, I'm serious, guys. I don't think it's going to be happening. I think there's a very, very, very slight chance that the Fed does not do the 100 BP hike. And even if they don't do the 100 BP hike, I really do see the market saying, oh, we're calling you out on your bullshit. What the hell are you doing? Like, and the market's going to tank anyway, okay? Like, if they don't do their job, everyone knows that we are going to head into hyperinflation, and it is going to get worse. We just saw the inflection point downward, and then it started hiking back up. That's not good at all, okay? That is not good at all, okay? And Zip Trader made a video about this and how gas prices were not, they were falling while we had the core inflation, like, double the expectations. What happens if gas prices go flat or start rising again? And that is something that is actually going to be very interesting to see. I don't know what's going to happen. But what I do know is oil just looks like shit. That's pretty much it. I told you guys that I was taking myself out of the position somewhere over here and out of our oil position. Now I ended up leaving, like, I had a few runners, and the Oxy runners actually went up just about 100%. I got to sell them. And it was pretty cool. Go back to whatever video that was, and I called out the day I sold the Oxy calls. I went back and I posted it there. I don't know what day it was. But yeah, okay. Like, this thing looks like shit. I told you guys that, like, we already had a massive rip. We are in risky waters, and if there is a crash, okay, market crashes bring down everything. They bring down gold, they bring down oil, they bring down commodities, they bring down everything in sight. It's obviously your stocks, especially your tech stocks. But yeah, okay, like, everything is going to be falling. So even though, like, people are looking at oil as like a bullish trade here, back here, it's same with me, okay? But then I realized, holy cow, this is kind of stupid. Eventually this correlation is going to pick up, all right, and the negative correlation is going to go away, and I think that's what we have going on. I think the market is just entirely falling with SPY, okay? And holy shit, guys, this might be a sign that we do have a big move down coming. Straight up. Gold is falling as the indices are falling. Like, this is, I think this correlation's picked up sometime right over here. We can actually look that up. We have GLD. Come over here with SPY. All right. When did our correlation hike it up? Okay. It was way back here, actually. Shit. You're right. Oh, yeah. It was right over here. This is, oh, no. It was down. Where the fuck? Oh, it was back here when we started seeing a straight gold correlation. Wait, hang on, guys. We got to see this. We have to see this, all right? It's actually been following the market ever since its massive rise over here. All right, so, I mean, I haven't really been paying attention to GLD at all. But yeah, okay, I'm glad I looked at that, because now I know that this is not at all an indication that a big fall could be coming. What I do want to say is during crashes, everything falls, okay? You're not getting away from the crash. Like, you're screwed no matter what if you were in the market. Doesn't matter what you're in. And holy crap, this is a much higher volume day than we had going on over there. All right, so with that being said, guys, I will catch you guys in the next video. We don't really have too much to talk about. You have a bearish engulfing candle forming on the weekly of SPY and QQQ, okay? If we do form that, that does suggest we're going to be moving down next week. And if next week we have a candle that closes underneath that candle, oh, guys, you know what that means? You know what that means, okay? We have another bearish trade on the horizon, all right? Like, we already have this bearish trade, and I'm really fucking glad I ended up entering them the other day, because, like, I mean, yesterday was kind of a slap in the face because, like, trade flat all day, but at the same time, I was expecting to bounce, and I was hoping to load up on the other half, like, at a much higher price. Like, maybe we even would come up and test this gap fill. I don't know. But either way, I mean, I'm satisfied, okay? I'm going to be entering the other half of that position at the close today. I mean, I don't even know. Should I enter at the close, or should I enter, like, right now? Like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But yeah, I'm most likely going to be entering this position right after this video or at the close. It's one or the other. And yeah, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Keep updated on Webull, okay? If you don't want to watch these videos, hey, at least go do yourself a favor and just go check out the Webull and just have alerts on over there. I really am calling the shots. I don't see anybody calling the shots, like, shot for shot. I really don't. Okay, like, there's risk management, and then there's trades where, like, even the poorest of traders can, like, make a shit ton of money, because, like, I call the shots. Okay, I call the shots, and I have solid risk management. That's a successful equation right there. All right. So if you guys want to do that and continue doing that with me, hey, you guys know exactly where to find me each and every day. All right. With that being said, I will catch you guys next video. Peace.